Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a lecture given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on March 9th, 2020 in Dham Mayapur, India. The lecture was given on Gaura Purnima Day in the English language.
Makakaroti Vachalam Pangulangayate Garim Yatkivata Vahatmande Sri Garum Dinatantinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Isram Harihi Om Tat Sat. Happy Gaura Purnima. Today is a very auspicious day. The day when Lord Chaitanya came down from Golok Vrindavan and took appearance on this earth. I don't know, can I be understood or do I need a repetition? Who have a difficulty in understanding me? Raise your hand. Anyone raise your hand? So, situation in the world at that time was, at least in Bengal and India, people were generally worshipping the demigods, and there was very little Vaishnava Dharma, and people were apparently very religious, but it was actually all motivated on self-esteem and pride, like they spend a lot of money to marry their daughter. And so one rich man, he would do a better wedding than the other. And the other was, he wanted to show off, but he had no more daughters. So he married a female to a male dog, which is, there's no marriage amongst dogs or like this. There's all kinds of strange things just to show off. So apparently it was a religious ceremony, but nothing to do with real religion. It had nothing to do with Vaishnava Dharma. So the few Vaishnavas who were there, like Sridhar Thakur and Advaita Gosai, they were very frustrated that the whole world seemed to be materialistic. And although they showed religious activity, it was all misdirected. So at that time, Advaita Gosai, he decided that Krishna should come himself. He was the only one who could change the people and make them devotional. So now you see so many people coming to the temple. It wasn't like that 550 years ago. Before Lord Chaitanya came, very little Vaishnava Dharma. Now you have 1,000 people coming from Mangalarti, attending the Java class. But previously, no one would come. Apparently, before Lord Chaitanya came. So, Advaita Gosai, he worshipped the Shalyam Sila with Ganji water and Tulsi Manjaris. And he loudly cried, Govinda! Hare Krishna! He said, since I am Advaita, I'm supposed to be non-different from Krishna. He's actually the the avatar of Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. So, as Mahavishnu, he can give liberation, but to give love of Krishna, Krishna is needed. So he was praying to Krishna. He was crying, he was calling out, begging Krishna, please come, because he cried so loudly that Krishna heard in the Gaura Purnima, and he agreed to come as Gauranga. So he came down as the son of Mother Sachi and Jagannath Mishra. Before him came Vishwarup, who is the avatar of Sankarshan. And he prepared everything for the Lord's coming. Sankarshan is the extension of Balaram. Balaram came as Nityananda and Ekachakra and joined Lord Chaitanya when he started the Sankirtan movement. So understand that there was no chanting of Hare Krishna. The only time they would chant was when they were when they were in the Ganges. So in a lunar eclipse, everybody would go in the Ganges and bathe, because they considered an eclipse as inauspicious, and to avoid any inauspiciousness, many people would go in the Ganges. One year we had an eclipse on the full moon day, Gaura Purnima, and we went into the Ganges. So at that time, the people chant, Govinda, Hare Krishna. So they all chant, and even the Muslims, they were chanting. See how the Hindus are chanting, Govinda, Govinda, Hare Krishna, ha 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 ha, Hare Krishna. So either somehow or another, directly or indirectly, everyone was chanting. Even the Muslims who don't normally chant, they were mimicking and making fun of the Hindus. And so somehow or another, they were vibrating the name of Krishna. Actually, the Chaitanya Charitamrita and different shastras say that Krishna came in the mind and then transferred to the heart of Jagannath Mishra and went to the heart of Sachi Mata. There was actually the conception was a kind of immaculate conception. There was no connection physically. So Lord Chaitanya, he stayed in the womb of Mother Sachi for 13 months. Normally 10 months is the time that one gives birth. So they were asking, if it was modern day, you'd have a cesarean, huh? But they didn't have that at that time. So they were asking the father of Sachimata, Nilambar Chakravarti, astrologically, what's the situation? So he could see that he would be born late And on the full moon day of Gaura Purnima, 534, 33 years, I don't know, ago. See, the New Year starts from the first day of the next month, according to the normal Indian calculation. So whether today is the 534, 533, 534, have to investigate. But tomorrow is the first day of the year on the Gaura. Anyway, Lord Chaitanya, he took birth during the lunar eclipse. And everybody was chanting Hare Krishna, Govinda. And Jayapataka, he was thinking, people say the eclipse is inauspicious, but all the people are chanting the holy names. And somehow Advaita Acharya and Haridas Thakur were together in Shantipur, and they felt so happy they started to dance. So when Lord Chaitanya appeared, everybody was feeling great happiness. We're reading how when Lord Chaitanya was in the garden of Silas, he would express or manifest different ecstasies. Sometimes he would try profusely for 3 hours non-stop. Sometimes he would laugh so loud, just an ecstasy. For 3 hours non-stop, he was expressing all kinds of ecstatic manifestations. And the envious people, they were outside listening. See, what's all that laughing? They're drinking alcohol. The envious people. And someone walked by and they asked them, what do you think they're doing there? Seems like they're chanting Hare Krishna. Are you one of them? Are you one of those Hare Krishnas? So the situation in Bengal at that time was very negative. And when Lord Chaitanya brought his kirtan party out in the public, the caste Brahmins, they complained to the Chankasi, the local magistrate, that he is ruining our Hindu Dharma. He's chanting the name of God out loud. This is taking the name in vain. It should only be silently chanted, not publicly. So since Muslims were complaining, Hindus were complaining, so the Chankasi, he gave the order that no chanting. And finally he came and broke the mridangas. And then Lord Chaitanya, he arranged a civil disobedience. Anyway, you went on the Parikrama at the Chankasi Samadhi. I met a descendant of the Chankasi, and he said that all my descendants will be favorable. They will not oppose. And this descendant, he was favorable. So, although he was a Muslim, he was favorable. So, actually, millions of years ago, when the Ganges came down, and Bhagi Maharaj, he took the Ganges and he had promised he would make a riverbed because the Ganges said, well, there's no river, so I'll be scattered. And he promised he would make a riverbed. So he had a special rough which would carve a riverbed. So one of the names of the Ganges is Bhagirat, because King Bhagi, his wrath carved the riverbed. But when he reached Dham, he had a problem. First of all, the Ganges flooded the ashram of Janamuni, and he drank the whole Ganges up. So then finally, after meditating, Bhagi realized that Janamuni had drunk the Ganges. So he asked him, please, my forefathers' ashes are in Saga Island. You can manifest the Ganges. He said, I digested. I digested. Well, if you can drink the Ganges, you can also reproduce the Ganges. You're not an ordinary person. Not everybody could drink the whole river. So then he produced it out of his knee, and she got the name Janali. She's a daughter of Jano. But then she came to the somewhere around Mayapur. She stopped. Again, she stopped. All these problems happening. So Bhagi Maharaj prayed to the Ganges, what are you doing? Why are you stopping? Stop. She said, I'm waiting for Gaura Purnima, because whoever is in Mayapur and Gaura Purnima bathes in the Ganges, they get love of Krishna. Of course, today is also the Holi. That means people throw colors and water balloons and all kinds of things. If you go out, we don't allow it in Mayapur, in the ISKCON campus. But if you go out before 12, you should expect to be colored. If you see some people coming in with multicolored shirts, that's what holy is. Everybody has an open target for color, up to 12. So go out at your own risk or wear a cloth that you don't mind the color. So again, she's waited until this day, Gaura Purnima, and then she continued. So today is a very special day. And when tomorrow comes, everybody came to see a golden child. And Jagannath Mishra, he was a poor Brahmin, but he was so happy to have such a divine child. He asked Nilvar Chakravarti Thakur to say what the astrological calculation of his child was. Of course, Nilvar Chakravarti could see that he would take sannyas, but he didn't say that because that would cause anxiety to the parents. So he said, he'll take the whole load of the universe. Therefore, his name should be Vishwambar. But the lady said he was born under a neem tree, so he called Nilai. So then they asked him, please make a compromise. So he said, well, his official religious name will be Vishwambar, but his kind of common name will be Nimai. So he was known as Nimai Pandit. At the same time, he's also referred to as Vishwambar, who takes the load of the whole universe. So, about maybe the first 16 or 20 years, he was Nimai Pandit. He was the greatest Pandit in Navadvip. He had thousands of students. Then, when he got initiated by Ishwarpuri Maharaj. He came back to Navadvip. He was a pure Vaishnava. He was ecstatic. He was feeling great separation from Krishna. So all the Vaishnavas before him, they thought, if only Nimai Pandit would be a devotee. He's so learned. He's such a powerful debater. But what's the use if he's not a devotee? Nimai Pandit was an ideal householder. He was an ideal Brahmin. He worshipped his deity of Adhoksada Vishnu. He would feed sannyasis and poor people every day. But overtly, he was not particularly a Vaishnava. I mean, he was a Vaishnava, but not very active. So sometimes he asked Sridhas when they meet, bless me that I can find a true guru, something like that. So he took initiation from the disciple of Madhavendra Puri, Ishwarpuri Maharaj. And since then, he was fully active as a devotee. So all the Vaishnavas, they felt enheartened. And now, because they were a minority, all the demons were a majority. And so they were feeling very oppressed. But Lord Chaitanya, when he became a devotee, actively, they got very enheartened. You see, like Sridhar Thakur was having his kirtans. So then a boat came with soldiers and they spread the rumor, they come to arrest Sridhar Thakur and all the Vaishnavas for their loud chanting Hare Krishna in the night in the Muslim state. And so Sridhar, he never thought anyone would lie. He was a very honest person, straightforward. So he thought, there's a saying of Bengali, Manyate Jagat. As you think the whole world thinks. Now, if you're crooked, you think everyone is crooked. If you're honest, you think everyone is honest. So he was thinking that all the people are honest. He couldn't imagine that what do they say today? They have fake news. They're giving fake news. So he got very worried. He started worshiping Nrsimhadev. Please protect all the Vaishnavas. What have I done? Lord Chaitanya came and knocked on his door. He said, that person you are worshiping, he's here. That person you are worshiping, he's here. Open the door. Gaura. So, Lord Chaitanya, we asked Prabhupada, why didn't Lord Chaitanya spread his movement all over the world? He spread it all over India. why not all over the world? Prabhupada would say, he left it for me. Still Prabhupada ki! So, all our previous acharyas, they were preparing the field for Prabhupada to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. And just like Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada Thakur, he gave second initiation and even the sacred thread to non-Brahmas, which was unheard of, never happened before. But he said that, and the Shastra says, a Vaishnava is all the qualities of Brahman plus one more, pure bhakti. So anyone who was a Vaishnava, he would give them second initiation, Gayatri mantra, etc. So by him doing this, the caste Brahmanas tried to kill him because he was taking away their monopoly. So if they hadn't done this, how would we have deity worship all over the world? So Prabhupada continued the thing that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada Thakur had started, and that all the Vaishnavas, anyone who took up seriously chanting 16 rounds at minimum a day, following the four regular principles, engaging in devotional service, he'd give them second initiation. So all these things are like preparations for Prabhupada's coming. On the day that Lord Chaitanya appeared, 534, 33 years old, and at that time the wife of Advaita Gosai, Sita Thakurani, Advaita was very prestigious Brahmin, rich Brahmin. So she came in a palanquin, and then she offered Lord Chaitanya different auspicious sprouts, different auspicious things. Had his darshan just after his appearance. Some of the devis from the heavenly planets, they came down to see the Lord disguised as Brahmanis. At that time, only the ladies are allowed to go. So they took advantage to see how Lord Vishnu, how Lord Krishna has come in his most merciful avatar. Somehow, you're all in the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya on this auspicious day. It's really a great thing. And at this time, we can remember how Lord Chaitanya came down not just to deliver a small section of humanity, but all the jivas of the whole universe. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, one of his disciples, told me, he was walking out in the night, he stopped and looked at the full moon. Then he turned to his disciples and said, in the moon planet, they become Bahiramukh, they become materialistic. We have to go there and preach. So this Krishna consciousness, not only for this world, for the whole universe. Who knows where Prabhupada is now? But, so, we want to see, at least this, Prabhupada was saying that Lord Chaitanya, he could make the tigers and the deers and all the animals of the jungle kiss each other and chant Hare Krishna. We may not have that potency, but if we can at least have the human beings chant, that would be, we can try for that. So, I'm very grateful to all the devotees in different parts of the world who are doing Harinam, who are distributing Prabhupada's books. Lord Chaitanya said, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shikha. Chant Hare Krishna, worship and serve Krishna, and study the teachings of Krishna. So, our Krishna conscious movement is based on these three things: chanting Hare Krishna, worshiping Krishna, and distributing and reading the books of Lord Krishna, the teachings of Krishna. So, I take advantage of this auspicious day to wish you all a very blissful, ecstatic Gaura Purnima. Are there any comments or questions? I don't know where you're getting this reference from about Lord Vishnu complaining. You see, Krishna thought that I enjoyed so much in the Gaura Yuga, in Vrindavan, and in my pastimes. So, the people in Kali Yuga, they're deprived. So he wanted to come down to give the mercy to us of this Kali Yuga. And then Advaita was the external reason why he came. But actually, Advaita is not different from Krishna. And Krishna wanted to come down to give us a chance. We're very, very fallen, and we need a special mercy. And so Lord Chaitanya, he came down to give us a special mercy. You see how people like in Mangal Arti, chanting Hare Krishna at the end of Tulsi Puja, how we're dancing so ecstatically. So, the name of Krishna and Krishna are not different. And he has given us the name so we can feel the presence of Krishna in his name. So, in that way, we get so much mercy. Although we missed his pastimes in Vrindavan, or in Kali Yuga, or in a fallen materialistic age, but he comes as his holy name. And by chanting, we can feel unlimited spiritual bliss. Like that in the Kirtan, Adidas Kirtan, there's a line that says, Ananda Sivanai, Ananda Sivanai. Now, everyone, it's not very difficult Sanskrit or Bengali. Ananda, everybody knows, Ananda is bliss or ecstasy. Sila means, you may not know what Sila means, but Sila means the limit, the edge. Could be the Sila of a country, the border of the country, somehow the limit. Ananda Sila night. Night means no. No limit. No limit to the spirit of wisdom. Haribo! Haribo! No limit. How much bliss in the Hare Krishna mantra? There's no limit. And we don't have, it depends on our ability to taste it. But the Hare Nam has no limit. How much ecstasy, how much bliss. So, Lord Chaitanya, he came down. The external reason was Advaita Acharya calling him. And Advaita is Mahavishnu. Kiradaksai, this is expansion. From Mahavishnu comes Garbhodaksai Vishnu, from Garbhodaksai Vishnu comes Kiradaksai. He is expansion of the expansion of Advaita. But the original personality Godhead is Krishna, and Lord Chaitanya is another form of Krishna, where he wanted to experience what pleasure, what ecstasy his devotees got. That's the internal reason. The external reason is he established the Sankirtan movement. His internal reason was to understand what his devotees felt. And the secret reason, which we don't say normally, I don't know if you want to hear it. A secret reason. Keep it a secret. He wanted to realize why Radha seemed to have more bliss than he did. And the only way he could realize is that he took the mood of Radharani. And that's what he did in the final pastimes. He was completely in the mood of Radharani, crying outside the Jagannath temple, crying for Krishna. So he realized, being the Supreme Person of Godhead, he can do such things. So he extended himself and Radha. But then he saw that Radha was getting more bliss than him. So then he recombined and took Radha in his heart. So Lord Chaitanya is Radharani, and is Krishna with Radharani in the heart. But anyway, that's the secret reason. Don't tell. General people won't understand. I have to go. Now it's time for the next class. I have to go to the other place. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.